first quarter of our show, it's time to chopping it up. We're going to chop it up on our show, first quarter. But if you like our chopping it up segment, if you like 7 questions, if you like Has Pat Heard, if you just like the show in totality, make sure you like and leave a comment. Tell us about the things you like about our show on YouTube. So make sure you let us know how you're feeling. Let us know what you would like to see Pat get stumped on Has Pat Heard. Let us know. Look, we definitely pay attention and we definitely love getting your input. So like and comment on YouTube. But this chopping it up segment is a little different. We're going to talk about the here and now. In the here and now for our very own Pat P. Oh, by the way, hold on. Just a sec. Look what my guy. Look what my guy gave me, man. Look at that. Look at that. Look,
you got that sale today.
I got that sale. Authentic. This ain't no soft number. This is real. That hard number. This ain't no soft. This ain't the replica. You know, when you go get a jersey, you can't get the replica that fold easily. You got to get the hard number. That's when you know you're authentic.
I was going to wear number.
Yeah, I was going to try to wear it, but this is like a game-worn jersey. It was going to actually fit like a halter top, so I couldn't really put it on. I didn't know if that was appropriate. But I got my guy came and laced me up real decent. So with this jersey, and I don't know if you guys have been following Pat P on social media, make sure you follow him. He's been giving us little ins and outs of what is going on in Minnesota. They're currently in OTA practices. And I've been hearing the majority of the guys have been in attendance there for the Vikings, which is a good sign. Before we get into the ins and outs of OTAs, there was a video that the Vikings social media page, Instagram, put out for us to see on their story. Make sure you follow the Vikings Instagram page also. Show of Pat P coming out of the locker room with that white number 7 on, and he had a helmet in his hand. I think it was his right hand. He had a helmet. And, you know, last week on our show, you fans of our show, you know, I was talking to Pat about, since he went back to his high school, college number, it's only right that he go back to that helmet, that swagged out helmet, the shuts, right?
Yeah, sure.
So Pat P, and you personally, you sent me a text of the video telling me, check this out. Hey man, so so you went back to your old school helmet with the visor?
Yeah, I'm going back to the old school, man.
Oh man. Hey Pat, please tell the people what I text you. You remember what I text you? When you sent me the video and I looked at the video, what was my response? You remember what I said? Tell them what I said, Pat. Let them know what I said.
I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna read about Baker. Let
them know what I said. Let them know what Mac said.
He said, "Yes, sir. It's ass cutting time now."
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what time it is now. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's go time, man. I took your advice, man. I said, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put the shut back on.
And you had that vibe. You had a nice visor on that thing too, right?
Yeah, that thing had that little light purple tint on it. Hey, that thing. Hey, but Mac, so I go up to Dennis. I was like, man, Dennis, man, you know, I think I want to make the change back to my old helmet.
Yeah.
He was like, P, this thing is at the bottom of the helmet thing. I was like, oh man. I said, let me at least try it on. Let me, you know what I mean? Let me go out there and practice and see if I like it. You know what I mean? If I get dinged up, I'll change back to it. Man, I put the thing back on, man. It felt like it was, man, you know, I got them Tempur-Pedic mattresses, pillows at the house, right? So, you know, you lay in there, feel it just fall right on in there, soft.
Yeah.
I said, oh, yeah, she's staying on. She's staying on.
It hit different. I told you. About it. Then when you look in the mirror, because, you know, for us DBs, we always got to look at our uniform before we step out. Even if it's a day we just got on helmets, we always got to look at ourselves before we walk on the football field. I know when you looked at yourself, that purple tint, I sent you that text. I said, yes, sir. You know what time it is.
Yeah, it's time to go, man. Nah, man, it felt good today. It felt good moving around in the helmet today, being on the grass, you know. So, yeah, I'm just looking forward to, you know, helping this team in as many ways as I can.
What's it like for you? You know, being a part of one organization, for 10 years, right? Now, you dealt with coaching change in AZ. But what's this like? What is it like for you, you know, getting acclimated to a new franchise, new practice facility, new practice fields, along with a new defense?
Well, the defense is not really, you know, an obstacle for me to have to hurdle over. You know, I love ball, so you know, I know concepts, I know defense. The biggest thing is just understanding the different terminology. But for the most part, you know, it's the same to me. It's all football. It's all ball, man. Because that's all I love doing. I love strapping up my cleats, going out there, putting on, a damn good performance. And that's all that matters to me, no matter what helmet that I'm playing in. I had a good time there in Arizona, and the time was ran up short, but I'm still on the field. I'm still in between the lines, and that's what matters to me. So and me as well, Mac. I'm a people's person. So me getting acclimated with new people, that was the least of my concerns too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I love everything around here, the atmosphere, the culture, the coaching staff, the ownership, the building, everything is just top notch.
No doubt. That's dope. That's dope. And talking about being a people person, what has been your early takeaways with the team, being on the grass and seeing, granted, the entire team has not been there, but the majority of the guys are there. What have been your early takeaways with what you've seen so far?
Man, everybody is just super cool, man. Everybody, once we step out on the football field, and not saying that this was the case in Arizona, it's all about football. It reminds me a lot of that, the locker rooms that we had, that I've been around in the past, play golf with Adam, Harrison, Kirk, and a couple other guys, get an opportunity to, talk to other guys about their family, Mackenzie, Cam, Dalvin Cook, so the list goes on. So getting the opportunity just to sit down and just learn a little bit about, the new teammates and just seeing how they move around, these guys, it's the reason why they're here. And, Coach Zim and Rick, they do a great job of making sure that they get the right guys in here that can not only perform the things that they need, that they want them to accomplish on the field, but also being good people, because being good people to me go a little bit further than just being an awesome athlete.
And talking about that secondary, yeah, you got a dog in that secondary with you, Harrison Smith.
Yeah,
who don't play the radio.
So,
he don't play around. He'll bite your head off. So, y'all got some, man.
Man.
That defense, you just named some players, man. Y'all boys stay healthy.
I ain't even name the freaking the linebackers that we got with Eric. Yeah, Barr, Eric.
No question.
And up front we got some monsters up front.
Hunter.
Yeah, right. Man.
Hey, show them boys that text message I sent. What time it is? Yeah, what time it is?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Hey, so last question for you before we transition to Has Pat Heard? All right, going back a year ago, very same time, things were so different. You know what I mean? Yep. The stability or the lack thereof was well documented, but it's a little different now with protocols changing. People getting vaccinated. How normal do things feel right now for you? Being around the guys, I don't know. Do you still need to wear a mask when you're not, wearing your helmet? How normal does it feel now compared to last year?
Everything is pretty much the same as of right now.
You still got to get tested?
Yeah, if you're not fully vaccinated, you have to get tested every day.
Every day?
Every day. So I still have to get tested too, because I only got the first dosage. So after I get my second dosage, I wouldn't have to wear my mask. I wouldn't have to get tested every day. So for the most part, everything is still the same, because I don't believe
you gotta get that thing up your nose.
Yeah, I don't believe everybody is fully vaccinated, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure there may be a couple guys. But yeah, for the most part, we still have to follow the same protocols, make sure we have our mask on, in the building, walking around in the cafeteria. So everything's pretty much still the same.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. Pat Pete and Minnesota Vikings jersey. Y'all make sure y'all go support my guy, man. Look at the threading, the stitching.
Hey, man.
You see the stitching?
Hey, I need all the NFL fans to go out there and get my jersey. I want my job to be like Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow?
Number one. I want mine to be number one jersey sale, man. Come on. All things covered.
Well, how about you go away for the game for 6-7 years and then come back? That might get you number one. That's what Tim did.
Won't happen. It still won't happen. I'm not an offensive player. That's what them people like. Man. Like,
what you need to do, Pat Pete?
We the
you got that new shirt on. Go get you 7 picks, return 6 for a touchdown.
Oh man.
You can name your price. Walk in with a blank check. Name your price. Let that
Right.
manifest to you. 7 picks.
Let that sizzle in your spirit.
6 pick sixes. God dang it. Pat P.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
You know what? We got the GOAT coming on, so we can talk about his experience because he had 10 one year.
Hey, and I remember it was
1
year. I gotta pull this up. I think it was 1 year, bro. Champ gave up. I think it was
0.
like 21 catches or something like that, bro.
Yeah, that might be the same year he had 10 because he gave up 0 touchdowns.
Yeah, he gave up.
He was
the
on
number might
level.
even be lower.
He was playing on automatic level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all make sure, man. We got a real GOAT. We ain't got a little bad. That's a sheep. Bad.
What sound a goat make?
I think that's what sound a goat make. I know a sheep make bad. I don't know, man. Pat, you get embarrassed.
Goat don't make no noise, I don't think, huh?
I don't know. I need to ask my little boy. My little boy know all about animals. I don't know. But I know we ain't got no bad. We ain't got one of them. No, we got the GOAT. Yeah, I'll stay tuned, man. Stay tuned.
Yeah, man.
Now it's time for your favorite part of the show. You know what? Every part of the show is your favorite part. But here's where we tap into Has Pat heard. Pat's overall record so
might
far.
Be bad this week, man.
You looking for excuse? You looking for excuse already? Y'all here? Hey, his record so far out of 51 questions, he's gotten 34 right. 60. That's 67%. So he's well above 50%. Stories that he's heard before we told him last week. So he got 3 out of 5. So what the committee did was you had a few halves. You know, you got part of the question right. So the committee basically kind of gave you, they added half together, which kind of gave you 1. So you were 3 out of 5 last week. So the first question for you, which member of that outstanding 2011 draft class has said
Julio Jones?
Oh. Dang, that was too easy. We gave you a bunny. He didn't even let me finish. You heard that committee? See, that's what happened. All right. So this is another question outside of that. You got the first one right. Let me jot that down. Yep. But what's it like seeing so many members of your draft class, you know, move to different destinations? You got AJ Green and JJ playing in Arizona. Yep. Pat, you with the Vikings. Julio's on the trade block, allegedly. Alden Smith on the move again. He's with Seattle. Ryan Kerrigan to the Eagles. Mike Pouncey and Anthony Costanzo retired. Mm-hmm. You know, what's it like seeing so many members of that draft class, you know, playing in different organizations?
I mean, this time, for great players, especially how the league is, want to be young, they just trying to find ways to get younger guys in there. And sometimes that's not always the key for success. Mm-hmm. So, it's always around that 10-year mark, for great players that's been with the organization for that long to where you got to start, looking elsewhere, or, thinking it's a possibility that you can be on another team unless you're Larry Fitzgerald. But, it's just, I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is, but to see those guys still in the game, that's a blessing. And it's
that's all that matters.
And you giving another organization an opportunity to soak up your greatness.
No doubt. Okay, so you got the first one right. You fired up today. Okay. All right. Ooh, this is right up your wheelhouse. Phil Mickelson became the oldest to win a major by capturing the PGA Championship this week.
Don't ask me the 4 names, man.
No. You already defeated already. You already defeated.
All right, cool.
The oldest to win a major at 50 years old. Yep. How many majors does Phil have now?
6.
You sure?
Let me think. So I know he won the Masters twice. He won the. Oh, this might put him at 5.
You know what, Pat? You got it right. I was just messing with you. It's 6.
It is. But 6. Real quick, right. I know it was between 5 and 6 though.
Yeah, it's 6. Okay. But how impressive was that accomplishment? At his age for you,
man, it was awesome to watch, man. I watched from every shot from hole 11 on Saturday to every shot on Sunday. It was an incredible tournament to see him, and that's why I love golf, because it don't matter what age you are. You can still be competitive. You know what I mean? And at the same time, too, Phil is older than everybody out there, damn near, and was out driving half of the field.
And think about this. His odds, Phil was 200 to 1 to win. So basically, if I'm not mistaken, if you dropped $1,000 on Phil to win, that would have brought you back $200,000.
Yeah. And the thing too with Phil, what really helped him win, like he was hitting. I mean, he kind of his swing started getting away from him towards I think like 13 on Sunday, but for the most part, overall, he drove the ball very well.
It was windy too, right? The conditions.
It was windy, and he drove the ball very. And Phil is not. I mean, in his earlier heyday, he was known obviously for hitting fairways, but like over the last 5 years, it's been a kind of a struggle for him to find those fairways. But yesterday, over the last weekend, he came to play and he was hitting bombs.
Man, if you put $100 on Phil to win, that would have brought you back 20,000.
Yeah.
So he was not expected to win. Say the least. All right, so you got that.
No, he was expecting to win.
He was, but the people, the odd makers out in Vegas, Vegas.
Right. Yep.
All right, dang, you got that one right. You okay? All right. Last question for you.
Oh, this is the last one. I'm about to go 100%. Let's go.
Don't speak to. All right. Billboard Music Awards. They were held on Sunday.
Yeah, man. Drake. Artist decade of the year.
Artist of the decade. Yeah. Artist of the decade. Dang.
Yeah, man. Hey, go ahead and put the round of applause in the back.
He got it all right. See, committee. That's what happened when y'all start feeling sorry for him, giving these bunnies, and he go answer.
I told y'all, don't give me no questions like that.
Hey,
don't
you know what?
Fans about sports.
We gotta
give me some stuff, man. Let me use this little brain of mine, man.
Okay. All right. Well, Pat P, you 3 for 3 today. All right. So we got to have the fans tuning in because you know what? Don't worry, Pat P. I saw a lot of fans dropping questions on Twitter. Okay. And next week, we're going to see where you really at.
All right. Yeah. That's what I'm up for the challenge. I'm up for the challenge, man. Let's go.
But 7 questions. Here's where we get a chance to interact with you, the listeners and the viewers. If you want your question to be answered in the future, leave a question attached to a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, and we may get to it on the show. This question comes from Zachary Smith. You can find Zachary on Twitter. His name is Zachary Smith 412. He must be from Pittsburgh. I got my 412 on my shirt as well. Question for both of us: prefer playing in man coverage or zone coverage, or truthfully not have a preference? You don't have a preference. Why? And he appreciate us answering this question. So Pat P, do you have a preference, or it doesn't matter? If your preference is man, or is it zone? What do you prefer?
I mean, I like playing. I like pressing because I rather not give a receiver free access. You know, if I'm able to get my hands on the receiver and have him start worrying about me, then that gives me a better opportunity of defending the pass. You know, and everybody's different. You know, like we talked about with Champ about eyes being off. You know, being able to read the quarterback. Everybody's a little bit different. You know, I can do those things, but I feel my best attribute is being at the line of scrimmage, playing with my back against the wall, against the quarterback, because most cornerbacks can't do that. They can't find the ball when their back is against the wall. So when their back is against the quarterback, I just feel like that puts me in tighter coverage. And like I said, by me being in tighter coverage, it gives me a better opportunity to get my hands on the ball. I just think when you playing off, it's so many variables that have to go your way. You have to break on time. You have to make sure that you're reading the proper steps. Because now when you're and at the same time when you're pressing, you can second guess, but you can kind of, it's ways and tricks and trades, at least that I know that can get me back in position if I was to take a false step or something like that at the line of scrimmage. When you're off, that guy's already running full speed at you. So if you're sitting on the route and you think something's coming,
goodbye.
See you. So for me, I just think when you're in the receiver face, it just takes all of the gray out of it. Yeah. And like I said, that's just something that I'm very good at, and that's just something I prefer playing more of than zone.
For me, I guess it depends on the offense because I know early in my career we had a lot of offenses that didn't huddle, and that wasn't a hot. That wasn't a hot thing. You didn't see that from all the offenses. So when you were so used to going against offenses that huddled, that play with a slower tempo, and then you play against these up tempo offenses like Indy with Peyton Manning, receivers they had, Cincinnati used to do it. Now it's like, okay, we got to try to mix up some zone because if you play man to man, and you already know how it is, Pat P. Even if it's a run play, you don't know as corners. Right. So if you are in their face and they're running off and they're not huddling, by the time you get back to the line of scrimmage, you might have a new receiver who was just on the sideline drinking Gatorade. Now he's coming up there and you pressing him. He might run you off. You don't know if it's a run or a pass, but you're playing like it's a pass. And then here you go get another wide receiver who has fresh legs. Now it's third down. It's money down. So by that time, you just basically covered 2 punts. And it's third down. And it's third and 8. So they probably gonna pass.
Oh, no doubt about it.
You know what I mean? So in those situations right there, give me an opportunity to play with my eyes, play off a little bit, give me some type of zone concepts to kind of help us. Because I know certain situations, and I think the best way to make you guys understand, think about 2 minute situation where offense, they're going fast. So in 2 minute situations, you don't see a lot of corners play bump and run. Number one, because they don't want to give up a long one. But number two, you won't get an opportunity to rest. So in certain situations, off coverage is an opportunity for you to kind of get your wind a little bit.
Check this out though, Matt. I'm gonna go the opposite of that. I love playing press in 2 minutes. Here's why. Because think about it. Like you alluded to, receivers always come out of the game when they get tired. 2 minutes, they ain't coming out of the game.
They ain't coming out. Yeah.
They in there and them routes getting slower and slower.
Oh, yeah, them routes be looking saggy. No 2 minute routes be looking saggy.
Hey, then like I told you, and like I told Champ, like we talked with Champ.
Yep.
That's why I run so much. So like when the receivers be trying to run me off, I tell them all the time, I ain't tired. I'm like, yeah, I'm in shape. Like I do this. So y'all can keep running these receivers in, trying to run me deep and bring your guy back in. I'm still gonna be ready.
No, that's why you're great at what you do.
Yeah. So in the 2 minute, I take advantage of that. I'm pressing you every time.
Great question, Zachary. I hope you enjoyed our answer. And like I said, for the fans watching us on YouTube or listening to us on your podcast, leave us a 5-star review attached to your question, and we might try to get to it on the show. It's giveaway time. One of the many perks of playing in the league is the cool opportunities to have cool swag. And as a thanks to you, our loyal listeners and viewers, for rocking with us, we want to give away a signed copy of the ESPN magazine featuring the 2008 Steelers defense. It's simple. Just make sure you're following the podcast on Apple Podcasts and leave a 5-star review with your Twitter handle and favorite all things covered guest. The winner will be chosen at random.